Welcome back to Huff Hall. We're about to get started with Illinois on the vault and Central Michigan on the bars. So far this season, how has Illinois done with the vault?
Honestly, I think this season has been their best season in a long time on vault. Illinois in the past used to compete a lot of layouts, which is not ideal. You want at least fulls or 1.5, so some people even have double fulls. But this year that we have all fulls and 1/2, so I think that they're actually pretty good this year on vault.
Is it like one player taking over for everybody, or is every single person that performs the event capable of giving their A+ performance?
I definitely think that each gymnast definitely carries their own weight on this event, and they're all capable of scoring, 9 9s at least. So up first we have Karen Howell. Ooh, a little short there, but she didn't pike down, and that's great. It's a great start.
She definitely likes her performance so far.
First up on bars for Central Michigan, Savannah Kodas.
We're over to bars for CMU. First cast, little short. She's very nice lines. This is Morgantown. Sorry, Savannah Kotas. A little short on that last cast. Line full, nicely done. Roll back. I think she stuck it there, very excited about that one. That's a great lead off.
Savannah Kotas, a native of Augusta, Georgia, where the Masters is held. Pretty good form right there, and her team likes it.
And over the vault for the Illini, we have junior Nicole Biondi. And she will be doing a Uchenko half. Nicole's a very powerful gymnast, so sometimes landings are a little tough for her. Let's see if she can get that today. A little hop at the end, but that was a really good vault for Nicole.
So how would like a judge score that?
They would take definitely on the entry of her vault. They could take on that. They'll definitely take on the shape of her body in the air, and then the hop at the end they would also take as well. So in a perfect world, you would want to see a really nice entry, good height off the table, good distance, and then they would stick and not move their feet.
Looks like Annie Hammond is up next for Central Michigan. She's a freshman from Elk Rapids, Michigan. Has put together a fine season so far for the Chippewas.
And Savannah went 9.775 on that last routine. Good first handstand. Blind full. Huge Tkachev. Right into a bail. A little short from that handstand. Another blind full to a double back. And a tiny hop on that dismount. That was a nice routine. I think the team will be very happy with that. Next up for the Illini on vault, we have Mia Towns. She's a freshman. She's also a very powerful gymnast.
Mia Towns is from Texas. 5'4", here she goes.
Nice vault, tiny little shuffle of that feet, but that was great.
The Illinois faithful like it right now. They're standing up and shouting.
Mia has had a lot of injuries her gymnastics career, so it's great to see her be able to do good gymnastics.
Kennedy Johnson's going to come up for Central Michigan right now. Kennedy is a junior from Tennessee.
The previous routine went 9.8.
So far with the vault, Howell's got a 9.725, and Bondi has got a 9.7. Pretty good scores out of 10, right?
Yeah, you know, you want it in the 9-8 range typically, but vault is tricky that we don't have any 10-0 vaults. Tkachev, a little short on the cast. Nice bail. Good last cast. She gears up for the dismount. Her teammates are excited. She's a half in, half out, and a stuck dismount. That was great for them. Now back over to vault. We have Shayla Scott, who's a junior.
Next up for Illinois on vault, Shayla.
Was that the best bar you've seen so far?
So far, from that team, yes. I think that that was their best bar routine. But there's more to come. Huge Uchenko full, a little bit too much power. You would like to see her not take that big step back, but she has a huge vault.
I wouldn't say she's disappointed, but you could tell that she probably thought she could do a little better on that.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Walsh really tries to tell the girls, like, even if you're sad or, you know, you don't do your best, that you always get up and you look happy, because they are on TV and you never want to look disappointed, so.
Central Michigan's going to put up Sydney Williams.
The last score on bars was a 9.775 for CMU. It was a nice first cast. Line full to a humongous Tkachev. Oh no! Into her shoot, she lost a little bit of pressure and got stuck and did a back hip circle. So that would be a pretty big deduction. To a dull back. Oh, that Tkachev was the biggest one I think I've ever seen in my life. That was very cool.
It seemed like she did really good getting in the air, but she slowed down at that second bar.
Yeah, that happens. This is Araya Simmons from Illinois. Little step on her on the landing, but that was a pretty good full. It had nice distance and nice height. They'll be happy with that one. Just a little step on that landing.
In the last bar, Johnson scored a 9.775, tied with Kotaz. With the vault, Scott just scored a 9.7, a little below Towns's of 9.825.
You know, and with that big step back that Shayla had, a 9.7 isn't terrible. Because that was a big step. They could have took a lot more than they did. I believe at the last meet that Shayla competed, her vault, she got a 9.9. So she is definitely capable of a lot more. Williams got a 9.325 because of that back hip circle that was in there. I think that would have been a huge score if she didn't do that. Here we go for CMU on bars. We have
Hannah Demers.
Hannah Demers. She has a toe shoot. Into another, oh my gosh, another huge Tkachev. This team is just, well, that was a really nice bail. To toe shoot sit up. A little short on that last cast, but this team's been really good so far. Just uses dismount. Half in, half out. A little tiny hop. That was a great routine. I think they'll be super excited with that. We have Casey Meeks, who is a junior for Illinois on vault, coming back from some injuries. Oh, a little short. That's all right.
What kind of score would that get?
Probably a 9. I'd say like a
9 flat?
9.3. Pretty low. I mean, it's going to be a low score. You put your hands out. It depends how much they take.
It seemed like she got...
Oh, she was a little crooked on the table. That's
that's why.
Yeah.
Now that's always tough because it seemed like she just couldn't get into the middle.
Right.
And it kind of like slipped.
Casey has a humongous vault. If she's just, I think, you know, she was just coming back. This is her only second meet this year, and you know, it's kind of tough coming off of an injury. You feel a little rusty. I just think she missed her block a little bit. But that's tough. Once you miss your block, I mean, there's not much you can do other than fall.
You just got to put on a good face and not look sad.
Always. Over to bars for CMU, we have
Denali Pedrick is out for Central Michigan.
another really big heck. I don't know what they're teaching there, but I love it. Blindfold right in handstand to a pack, to a switch kick. It looks really, really nice so far. She's a very talented gymnast. Good last handstand. Ooh. Into a toe on front half dismount, and I think she sticks the landing. That was a great routine. That'll score really well.
Right now, is Central Michigan setting a pretty good bar, no pun intended, with the bars?
You know what? Yeah, I think that they are. I definitely think that Illinois will trail a little bit behind, but that's just because of we're on vault. But Illinois will catch up to them and could possibly surpass them. So we have Julia Waite. She is a freshman. Oh, she was a little far back on that table. She was supposed to do a Yachenko half. I'm not sure if her hand slipped or what exactly happened there.
Would that, like, would a judge compare that more favorably, though, than the previous one?
You know, they're probably just gonna score it for what they saw, just because they were. It was very different, you know.
That's true.
It's hard, but so now that we have, so they will have to count a fall. They won't be able to drop Casey's fall. They will count one, so whatever one is higher, they will keep that one and drop the lowest one.
At the vault right now, Illinois is at 48.75. And at the bars, Central Michigan's at 49.025.
Yeah, we have one more exhibition for Illinois. It's Brittany Jones. She's a senior. An exhibition spot is just to let the girls, you know, get used to the pressure and let them compete without having the score hurt or, you know, add to the total at all. So we're just waiting for the score. Oh, we're ready now, I think. Brittany does have a really nice full on vault. That was a great vault for Brittany Jones. That was awesome.
I bet Illinois wished that counted, though.
Yes, they, honestly, she just proved herself. She just said, look, Natalie, I'm ready for lineup. Put me in. I can do this. So I truly do think that she should be put in next time. We now have the 2-minute transition period and the 4-minute touch, and then we'll be right back.
The 2-minute transition period will now
Welcome back to Huff Hall. We just completed the first set with Illinois completing the vault, getting a 48.75 score. And Central Michigan finished off the bars, got a 49.025. So far, good pace for both teams.
Yeah, you know, you would want to see a little bit higher for Illinois on vault. Typically, they do get higher, but I'm hoping that they bring it together here on bars.
Illinois and Central Michigan are going to flip-flop right now. Illinois is at the bars, Central Michigan at the vault.
Our first vaulter is going. Yuchenko half. A little step on the dismount. I mean, on the landing. That was Savannah Cotes. Just a little step there on the landing. Not too bad. Over to bars, we have Nicole Biondi. Starts with a blind half into a straddled Jaeger. Nice bail. All she has left is her dismount, which is a blind full double back. And a nice step landing for Nicole. That was a great routine. I think they're definitely ready to pick up the momentum on this event.
What a way to start it off for the Illini. That was probably one of the best bars we've seen this entire day.
Yeah, I definitely think so. It's very consistent.
Kennedy Johnson's next up for Central Michigan.
Yuchenko full. The tiniest little hop I have ever seen. That was a great vault for CMU.
When you used to be a college athlete, were you aggressive? Like she had to like take a little step back, but barely, where it's still gonna be good. Or were you like stubborn, like, no, I'm gonna stick it?
You know, I have had my fair share of sticks, but it's kind of tough to do a lot. So a lot of the times I would try to take like a tiny hop back instead of a step. So yeah, I guess I was aggressive. I'm not sure.
Illinois, this is Rachel Borden.
Nicole Biondi got a 9.775 on bars. Rachel Borden's routine is definitely a very interesting routine. Her dismount, you don't really see in the NCAA. I'm not sure if anybody does it in the NCAA.
Rachel's from Naperville, Illinois, and was a part of the Legacy Elite Gymnastics Club.
Starts with a hop into a Jaeger. Into a shoot. Little leg separation on the shoot. She just has her dismount left, which is very interesting. I believe it is a Rudy. Is she sick to dismount? I couldn't see her feet. I think she did.
She was pretty good right there.
That was a great routine for Rachel. I think that was one of the best I've seen her do.
It seemed like quicker than most other ones we've seen.
She has a pretty quick routine, yeah. Our team is very excited. Really quick over to vault. Oh, that was actually a pretty good full. I think she opened up just a little bit too early and landed a bit short.
Still getting rave reviews from her teammates.
Yeah, I think she was definitely going for that stick. You can see she puts her arms out right there, but I think she didn't.
She fell forward.
Yeah.
Illinois, Lexi Powell is up next to the orange and blue.
Rachel Borden got a 9.85, and that is a great score. I think it is a career high for her. She looks very excited. I think this is where the Illini will really pick up the scores here. It was on bars.
It's a good start so far, and 9.85 to start off a very productive performance.
We have Olivia O'Donnell on bars. She's a freshman. She has beautiful lines. A little short on that last pass. First pass, sorry. Charlotte Jaeger, really nicely done. Into a bail to handstand. So far, this routine is great. She just has her dismount left. Nice last pass, line full. The double back and a stop dismount.
Wow.
That was a beautiful routine. That was awesome from the freshman.
Next up for Central Michigan.
Next up for Central Michigan, Sydney Williams. Sydney Williams got a 9.325.
Huge Yurchenko full, tiny hop back. I think that she does that often because she was already turning her head to the side when she was presenting, like she knew she was gonna hop like that. Super powerful gymnast though.
She only scored a 9.325 on the bars. I think she'll see a better score with the vault.
Definitely, yeah. That's probably, she probably messed up. Oh. Up next for the Olivia O'Donnell went 9.9 on bars. That is a career high for her as well. That's great. Up next we have Lexi Powell, another freshman.
Well, it wasn't a 10 though. I'm
Was
kidding.
Darn.
Illinois is getting ready for the next bar. Here she goes.
A little short on that first cast. Blind half into a straddled Jaeger. A little close, she had to bend her arms. Failed a handstand. That was a really nice handstand. All she has left is her dismount. A little short hot cast. She has a full in. A tiny step forward. That was also a good routine for the Illini.
Pretty good performance, not as good as the last two, but still I think that allows Illinois to keep pace with their current score.
Yeah, definitely. It was a clean routine, it just wasn't perfect. Over to vault. We have a huge Yurchenko full.
That was good.
Tiny hop from Hannah Diemers.
Hannah Diemers, who did great on the bar with a 9.825, is going to see a pretty similar score right there.
Yeah, that was a great vault.
Central Michigan now only has Danielle Pedrick left.
Doesn't she? Does a Yurchenko double full on vault. I'm so excited to watch this. Over to bars for Illinois, we have Karen Howell. Lexi Powell went 9.75.
Next up for Illinois on bars, Karen Howell.
She will start off with doing a kip hop into a piked Jaeger. Really nicely done. Karen is a very aggressive gymnast, really goes after her cast. Oh, a little hand slip, but she saved that. I don't even think anybody saw it.
Looked good to me.
Good last cash is a blindfold double back. And a stuck dismount. That was a great routine.
As you mentioned, you really only found one slip up the entire time, and she still.
Yeah, but I don't think the judges would have even saw it. I just thought that sometimes when that happens, you end up peeling off the bar. So I'm glad she stayed with it. But over to vault, we have.
Over to vault, we have Danielle Pedrick.
She has a double full. I'm so excited. Oh, little short, little short. It looked like she didn't get enough block off the table.
At that point, it's just like, hey, you didn't fall over. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely saw her do a better one in warm-up, but she took a tiny step back. But it's nice to see, you know, not SEC gymnasts just doing, you know, big vaults like that. So it was awesome. Karen Howell got a 9.9 on her routine. Definitely deserved. We have Mia Takakawa up next. I believe anchoring for the freshmen. I think they have an exhibition after Mia goes.
Well, it appears that Central Michigan is wrapped up with their vault. We're waiting to see their final score be calculated.
First cast looks good. Blind half into a Pikes Jaeger. Well done. Nice cast into a great bail to handstand. I really like the way that Mia holds her handstands. It's really nice. She's left is the dismount. double A. Little shuffle on the feet there, but that was a great routine as well for the Illini. I think that their lineup definitely performed well.
Looking at the highlights right there, stuck the landing pretty good until the very end.
Yeah, right. Just a little shuffle on her feet. Exhibitioning, we have the senior Morgan Bixler.
Just to squeeze it in real quick, Central Michigan finished 48.925 on the bar. So far, they actually scored higher than Illinois in the vault.
Yep, CMU got a 48.925 on vault, and that's their official score is in. Still have to wait for Mia Takakawa's score, which is a 9.825 to be factored in for bars.
When you were a college athlete, did you get to do a lot of exhibitions, or did it help out a lot?
Yeah, I exhibitioned a lot my freshman and sophomore year, and I did think it helped. I think it was nice, you know, get out there and just kind of compete for myself, not really for anybody else. Morgan did her first release, which is a Dolchev into a bail handstand. It was really well done. All she has left is her dismount. A little short on that last cast. Double A, stuck dismount. She is excited about that.
And I can understand why people would like that. You know, like getting to perform, crowd goes wild. It feels good. It's a confidence booster.
It honestly feels like you're in lineup. It's no different, really. I mean, the only thing is you know, if you mess up, it really truly doesn't matter. But you want to prove to your coaches that you can be in lineup and you can be trusted. And that's why a lot of people are put in the exhibition spot, is because you've either messed up a few times or you're coming back from an injury, and they just want to kind of, you know, get your feet wet before postseason starts.
So after 2 rounds, it seems like Central Michigan is holding on to a very, very slight lead. But Illinois has just taken the lead, 98 to 97.95.
Yep, on bars, Illinois went 49.25. And they had some great scores.
They really did. Illinois did very good on the bars, really showed up. Looking at the highlights right now, a lot of cheers and smiles with the orange and blue faithful. Central Michigan, though, has had their own success, too.
Yes, definitely. And they're not far behind. It all comes down to the last routine.
When we come back, Illinois is going to be at the beam while Central Michigan will be on the floor. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Huff Hall. This is Carson Gordy, joined alongside Rachel Donovan. And after the first two events, Illinois has a very slight lead, or somewhat slight. But what's Illinois going to have to do if they want to keep that for the rest of the meet?
Definitely, Illinois is a very strong beam team. We've seen Mia Takakawa get a 10 on this event. I'm unsure if she will be competing today. She does have a small injury, but they are a very strong beam team. But also CMU is very good at floor. So I think that this is anyone's meet today.
Illinois is going to start off at the beam, Central Michigan on the floor.
We'll have Nicole Biondi up first. She's a junior. One of the two all-arounders from Illinois.
First up for Illinois on beam, Nicole Biondi.
Nicole starts out with her signature mount. She also really loves chalk, as you can tell.
Kissing it.
Start off with her series. Like handspring layout. Solid. She does not move an inch. She just switched it into a stag jump. This side aerial, little wobble there. So far this routine has been pretty solid. Minor balance checks. She's gearing up for a dismount. Let's see if she can get the stick. And she does. Quick to step and turn, but she definitely got that stick. It was a great lead-off routine for Nicole Biondi. And there's her 1.5 again. I think they'll give her the stick for that.
Next up for Central Michigan is Nora Fettinger. Starting off her routine right now.
She starts with her first pass, which is a 2.5 punch front. Really well done. She's smiling through her routine, trying to get the judges' attention.
How important is it to show personality?
So important. If you are not showing any personality, it just makes it so boring. Even if you're doing the skills perfectly, the judges are just going to be like yawning at you.
So do you think you could compare this to like figure skating just a little? You know, like when they go around.
I guess so. I don't know a ton about figure skating, but I mean, you know, you're not, they still do the jumps and this and that, but the performance is really important here. Here she goes. Double tuck. Little chest down, took a bounce.
Seemed like she bounced back a little too much. Mm-hmm. She will get penalized for that, probably.
Yes, she will. They will take something for it.
Looking at the replay right now.
We'll go over to the beam for the Illini. We have Karen Howell in her last meet in Huff Hall.
That's right. It is senior day for Illinois.
It is. See, she lands with chest just a little low, which causes her to bounce back a tiny bit.
It's kind of crazy to think about. You know, you've been here for, like, those players, these athletes have been here for 4 years.
Yes.
And, like, they still have a lot of the season left. But still will never compete in front of a Illinois-dominated crowd probably ever again.
Yeah, probably not.
Kind of sad.
It is sad. It is sad that gymnastics ends, you know, after college. If you can keep going, good for you, but you don't see it often. Karen's first skill will be her series. Whoop, tiny wobble there. Hopefully they'll think it's just dance. She's a handspring step out to a layout 2 feet. Little wobble.
What's something she could do to stand out?
Karen is a very flexible and powerful gymnast. I think she really does show it off in her beam routine. If you look at her leaps, they're extremely quick and fast, but her legs are at 180. You don't see that a lot in gymnasts, that they're strong and flexible, and Karen really has both of that. So I think that's what makes her stand out a lot. Another leap. Oh, big wobble there. Maybe she's just a little bit nervous today. Sometimes you just have those days when you're just a little off.
Yep.
This is my favorite part of her routine right here. She lifts her leg up, shows off that flexibility, and she goes right into her dismount. She's a gainer pike, tiny step back. You know, I've definitely seen Karen do better routines, but I'm glad that she fought and stayed on. She could have easily just jumped off, but she did not, so I think they'll be happy with that.
It's not going to sabotage Illinois, pretty much.
So we're over to floor for CMU.
We got Sierra DeMarnes up and getting ready for her routine.
Starts off with a double tuck. Great landing, chest was up. She's smiling, she's doing her leap pass. Really nice leaps. Team is getting into it. Double pike. Chest a little low, so she had to step forward. Gearing up for her last pass. Round off 1.5, front layout, really nicely done. This is a great routine. That was an awesome routine for CMU. I think they'll be very happy with that score.
And Sierra seems like so far that she liked her performance.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think the only thing that really went wrong, she stepped forward in that one pass. Her chest was just a little bit low. Other than that, I didn't see much wrong with it. And we'll head over to beam for the Illini. We have Kylie Noonan. Kylie Noonan this is a very strong event for her. She's very artistic. It does not look like she is on 4 inches. She dances like she dances on the floor, which is extremely hard to do. Handspring layout, super solid. She's fierce, she looks away from the beam. Switch leap, it looked like she didn't get enough height. She does a switch leap into a gainer layout step out, so she'll repeat that. That one looked better and it was solid. I'm not sure how much she'll take for an extra switch leap, but I'm glad that she was able to redo it nearly flawlessly. She'll do a beep jump into a stag jump. A little tiny balance check there. All she has left is her dismount, which is the cartwheel gainer full. Stuck dismount, I believe maybe a tiny hop back, but that was a good save for Kylie.
To me, that landing looked good.
It was a great landing, yeah, it definitely was. I've definitely seen her do better, but I think he'll still be happy with that routine.
Here's Hannah Demers for Central Michigan, up again. As we said earlier, at the bar, she did pretty good, 9.825.
That's great. That's a great score. Anything above a 9.8 is good. Her first pass, just front handspring, double full. That's an E pass. Really well done. Ground up back handspring double pike. Nice landing there. jumps. Well done. Gearing up for her last pass. Front layout. Rudy, really well done. That was a great floor routine for CMU.
Looked like a spunky performance. Looked like she was having a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I definitely think she was. Her teammates are excited. She's excited. I think that'll go pretty good score.
Next up for Illinois on beam, Shayla Scott.
Over to beam for Illinois, we have Shayla Scott. Shayla is also very good at beam and floor.
Would you say that Scott's a versatile athlete? Like, was she able to do a lot of events pretty well?
Yes, except for bars. She did have shoulder surgery, so she does not train bars anymore.
That would be tough.
Yeah, so she doesn't train bars anymore, but she does vault, beam, and floor. So on those 3 events, yeah, she's very versatile. I mean, I remember in club that she was a little off on that switch leap. That's very uncharacteristic for her.
How often do you just see the athletes just fall right on the ground? Do they usually keep their balance?
In practice, you see a little bit more falling, but another little wobble there. They had to fix the mat for her dismount. Yeah, you definitely see a lot more falling in practice. Maybe you're learning a new skill, but
trying to be more aggressive.
Right, you know, and you're trying to fix things and change things, and sometimes it can go a little wrong. But yeah.
Is that like a 9.7 performance, or what would you give that?
Yeah, I'd probably go around 9.7. It depends. I didn't see how bad that one wobble was, so it depends how bad that one was. It could go a little lower.
Well, after she finishes up, we're now back to Sydney Williams of Central Michigan.
The first pass. Double pike, very powerful. I don't know if she stayed in. I think maybe. She should do a double leg. That was so big. Second pass, front full, front layout. Little shuffle on the end there. She's definitely showing off some personality. If you look at the judge, she has a soft smile on her face, which probably means that she likes it. Sometimes it's hard to get the judge to smile. Double back.
That was nice.
That was, yeah, there you go. That was a really nice double back. That would have been a great routine if she didn't fly backwards on that double pike. She's such a powerful gymnast.
Like she almost like fell out of bounds.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah.
She was going, that was fast. Like that was trying to make a statement.
Yeah, so now we have Mia Takakawa on beam for Illinois. This is her first time being back in beam in a few weeks. She had a small ankle injury that they were just trying to rust her a little bit. And she has gotten a 10 on this event. So she is capable of a big score on this event. Saturday back handspring step out. Perfectly solid, does not move. Mia's gymnastics is so pretty. I love watching it. A little wobble, she did cover that. I don't know if they will take it, but let's hope not. I believe that she has her dismount left. The handspring gainer full, stuck dismount. That was a great routine. I'm just wondering if they saw the wobble. The girls are flashing 10s, hoping that they didn't see it. But that was a great beam routine. Every beam routine she does is nearly flawless. Over to floor for CMU. We have Taylor Pitchell.
Taylor Pitchell, freshman from Connecticut.
Huge double pike. Chest is a tiny bit down. Gearing up for her second pass. Front layout, front full. Really nicely done. Smiling at the judges. Gearing up for her last pass. Round back handspring, double back. Step out of bounds. And that was a pretty big step. A little shuffle on her last ending pose. Other than that, that was a really good routine for CMU. I still think they'll be pretty happy with that.
So far, it seems like...
So far, they've had a really good floor rotation. Do we have anybody left on beam for Illinois? I believe we have Rachel Borden.
She got a 9.9. Mia.
So they saw the wobble.
That would have been a 10 without the wobble.
Yeah, I do think so, unless they're seeing something that I can't see from my angle. Other than that, I would have gave it a 10. Sometimes the judges can see stuff from an angle that we can't see. Rachel's series, front aerial, front handspring 2 feet to a Sisson. You don't see that in the NCAA. I don't think anybody does that. She does it so well. Stag jump, really nicely performed. And Rachel was the team manager last year, and they brought her on the team. They needed more depth, and she was really good at beam, and now she does beam and bars. Took a little wobble there on that sheep jump. All that's left is her dismount. Stuck landing for Rachel Borden. Good routine other than that tiny little wobble she took. And that's her second stick of the day. That's great.
Pretty good all-around day for Rachel. Finally, for Central Michigan, Danelle Pedrick is up to finish it off.
And she starts her floor routine off with a triple full, which you don't really see a lot in women's gymnastics. Little step back there, but it's a triple full. I mean,
that's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. This routine is fun too.
That's the thing, you don't get this with guys gymnastics.
No, you do not.
It's very cut and dry.
Yes. But it's a little bit more fun. I mean, the men do bigger skills, but this is a little more entertaining, I think. 1.5 front layout. Really nicely done. Her teammates are getting into it. I really like that part right there. She bounces on her hands. Last pass, still pike. Really nicely done. I don't believe they'll count that as a stick. I think they'll take a little bit, but that was an awesome routine. She's a phenomenal gymnast to watch.
Currently, Central Michigan's at 48.975 on the floor. Was that performance good enough to replace probably the lowest one?
On CMU's team?
On CMU, yeah.
Yes, definitely. I definitely think that she can replace one of their scores.
So Central Michigan's due for a little, I don't know, gravy, like get some extra points.
To Rhea Simons, on beam. She start with a switch sleeve into a pike jump. There's a back handspring layout step out. Oh,
It looked really good before that.
it was really good. I think she second guessed herself, and that'll be a pretty big deduction since she piked at the hips. Shroud quarter. The foot popped up a little bit. So a little wobble there into a Sassone. And she has left is her dismount. There's a front full. Little stumbly steps there at the end.
Did she not get enough air on that? It seemed like she was a little low.
Yeah, I don't think she set up enough. I've definitely seen Araya do better routines than that one. But still, she stayed on, and that's great.
Last up is an exhibition for Central Michigan. So far, she did good on that.
1.5 front layout was well done. Remember, an exhibition spot doesn't mean that they're not good enough to be in lineup. They're just either coming back from injury or they're giving other girls chances to be in lineup. And her feet are taped, so she could be coming back from injury. She has a double pike. Little slide back there. Her jumps. That was a nice routine for Central Michigan. It was a 2-pass routine, which you can do. It was a great routine.
While Central Michigan finished up on the floor, Illinois' final score has finally been calculated for the beam, 48.875.
And now we have the exhibition for Brittany Jones. It's a senior. This is Brittany's last meet in Huff Hall as well. Bittersweet. She will start with her first skill, handspring layout. Really nicely done for Brittany. Did not move at all. Let's hope she can keep this momentum up the rest of the routine. Switch sweep into a back tuck. Another solid skill. She has a beat jump into a popa, which is very hard to do. She stays on. I believe all she has left is her dismount. She's been battling some injuries this season. And she goes for dismount. And a little shuffle on the dismount, but that was a great routine for Brittany. She's gonna be super excited about that one. Her last thing to do in Huff Hall. There's a dismount again. It's a little shuffle on the feet. Overall, great routine for Brittany.
Good routine for Brittany. Pretty good routines throughout the entire Illinois team.
Yeah, definitely. Those are great. Those are great. You know, the 9.65 for Karen is a little uncharacteristic. You want to see less 9.7s and more 9.8s or better. But I believe that they will be able to turn that around on floor. They have a very strong floor team.
Central Michigan, 49.075 on the floor. Is that something that Illinois can easily top, or?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think that they are very capable of going 49 or above. You know, as long as everybody gets their job done and doesn't mess up, I think we'll be fine.
Right now, Central Michigan actually has a slight lead against Illinois. We'll be back while Illinois is about to finish their final event on their senior day. Thank you for staying with us, and welcome back to Huff Hall. Once again, I'm Carson Gordy with Rachel Donovan. Illinois is going to finish it on the floor, while Central Michigan will finish it on the beam. Central is holding a very slight lead right now. How hard is it going to be for Illinois to come back and steal the victory?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that hard for them. I think if each girl that is in lineup hits today on floor, then everything will be fine. You know, and CMU is ending on beam, and that's kind of tough to end on.
It's true.
You got a lot more falls over there. So I guess we'll have to see how it finishes up.
For Illinois on the floor, Mia Towns is going to start it off. And for the beam, Sierra Gimarnez will start off for the Chippewas. Right now, we're just waiting for action to begin. And this would be a big win for Illinois. You know, they've had a few losses this season, and with this being their final home meet before having to travel down to Lexington, Kentucky, and Corvallis, Oregon, it just seems like this is something that you have to have.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I truly think that this was a good matchup, though. I think that they're both equally as talented teams. So, you know, whoever comes out on top today, I think they both deserve it. So the lineup are strong on floor, so we shall see.
Sarah on the beam right now. Sierra just finished it off, and it seems like her teammates liked it. Now Mia Towns is up for Illinois. Is she pretty good on the floor?
Yes, she is, and this routine is extremely entertaining. A lot of personality, and you could tell, you know, compared to other girls, she draws you in more. She makes you want to watch, and she's good at tumbling as well. So front full, front full. She just works to the crowd so well. She has another two-pass routine. She does a back tuck right there so that she gets credit for going backwards. Gearing up for her last pass. To front layout, Rudy to a huge straddle job. That was a great routine for Mia. And the fans love it. I think that'll be a pretty good score.
It's a good opener for Illinois in this floor event.
We're over to beam for Central Michigan.
Over to beam, and we have Hannah Demers back at it.
A little short on that jump there, so she wobbled a bit. I do like that she is smiling, though, because beam is a very hard event. That was a beautiful cat leap to a front aerial. I don't think I've seen a front aerial that done so well. Handspring layout, step out, super solid. She moves very sharply, which is nice to watch. Just for a dismount, side aerial to a full tiny hop back. That was a great routine.
No, if Central Michigan wants to hold on to their score,
yes, they do.
They're gonna have to perform very, very well on that beam. Like, what kind of score? I know, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot with math, but like, are they gonna have to have like a bunch of 9.8s, 9.9s?
You know what you want to see is 9.8 and higher, because once you get into that 9.7 range, it's kind of tricky. We have Kylie Noon on floor. She has a front double full. Really well done. A little sideward step. Yeah, but definitely both teams want to go 9.8 or higher, preferably higher, but you don't want to drop below that 9.8. Front layout to Rudy. And Kylie typically goes 9.8 or higher on almost every routine she does. And she plays up to the crowd as well. Coach Natalie Walsh choreographs their routines. She really tries to pick music that fits people's personalities. Your last pass, 1.5 front layout, really well done. Great routine for Kylie. They'll definitely go 9.8 or higher, which is what they are looking for.
Next up will be for Central Michigan,
Maylee Vanderbeek's up next for the Chippewas. This is her one and only event today. What's that like, only doing one event?
I've done it before, and honestly, it's almost more stressful to just do one event than to do all of them because you wait around. So she stood around all day long to wait to do this event. And it was a beautiful series, but I definitely think that doing more events kind of keeps you more busy. It keeps you warm. You don't have to keep warming up.
Is there, you know, the phrase like jack of all trades but master of none?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you do a bunch,
you know, you don't master one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is she like gonna master this, you think?
You know what, with gymnastics, there's no thing as like you're gonna master it. It can always be better. It can always keep being perfected. With gymnastics, there's really no ceiling, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good routine. She did have a slight wobble and a slight step. That was a great routine for the Chippewas. Over to floor, we have Nicole Biondi. Another powerful gymnast. And she's little, too. I don't even know if she's 5 foot. She's the smallest.
She's 5'1".
But she's 5'1". I think she's lying. First pass, double pike, little bounce back. Gearing up for her second pass. This is a front layout, front full. It looked like she didn't get much height there, but she saved it pretty well. Getting the crowd clapping. She goes for her last pass. This is double back. Really well done for Nicole. That was a great routine. And
I think she stayed in bounds at the end.
I think she did too. That was a great day for Nicole. I believe that she was solid on all her events. And that's also when you're an all-around. Over to beam for CMU.
Savannah Cotis is coming at it with the beam.
She has a beautiful pressed handstand. That is so interesting. I've never seen that before. That was a really cool mount.
You've never done it? You've never seen it?
No, she did a pressed handstand and did the wave with her legs.
Will the judges be like, wow, that's so unique, let's give you some
definitely.
points?
They wouldn't, I mean, you can't give them points.
No, but like they're going to be more like that. Like they might be more lenient maybe or not at all?
You know what, they could be. You'd hope that they would just stick to their judging, but some judges
I would be a bad judge.
She did do a little bit of a wobble there. So she was supposed to connect her series the first time she did the front aerial, but did not. But she repeated it, and it was very nice. Super flexible gymnast. Gearing up for her dismount. Side aerial tuck full. It looked like she stuck it, but I'm not too sure, but I think that they will be happy with that routine. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they could give it to her. Over to floor, we have Shayla Scott, who is a junior. Shayla is capable of posting really high scores on this event. She's very consistent. And Shayla is a very tall gymnast. Front double full, really nicely done. Round off 1.5 front layout. There's a leap pass. She has beautiful leaps.
Seems like she doesn't have the showmanship of the others, but she's still good at what she does.
Yeah, you know what? With a slower type of music, you can't really, you know, play to the crowd as much. It's more, this more is like a lyrical routine, I guess you could say. That was a great routine for Shayla. That should score super big. I'm waiting for her to get a 10 on floor. I think she deserves it. But I don't think today.
Today's not the day?
Definitely not today. But I've definitely seen her do some routines that were nearly perfect.
Morgan Tong is next up for Central Michigan.
Another pressed handstand. It's really hard to do, especially at the end of the beam. That was really cool into a front walkover. Front aerial into a back handspring layout step out. Ooh. She really bounced herself off the mat there. I think she's...
How do you recover from that?
You know, honestly, she's probably been doing gymnastics for at least over 15 years. Falling just kind of happens, and what happens is you get mad, you know? You're just like, shoot, what happened?
From a scoring perspective, though, is she going to have to... What's she going to do to try to make up points? Like,
She can't.
Like
they'll take it, and they're making her do the series again. She might have not have gotten her series element in, so she had to repeat it. She just switched leap to a sheep jump. Pretty big wobble there. You know, this team looks like they have a ton of potential on beam. I just want to see them settle down a little bit. You know, I understand it's the last event, you get kind of nervous, but they're giving up they're giving up their scores here.
While they're struggling, Illinois is thriving on the floor right now. Everybody scored like at least a 9.8 for Illinois.
Yeah, you know, Illinois is really strong on floor, and that's why I said, I was like, you know, could be anybody's meet. It comes down to the last event, the last person sometimes. So we will see. But the Fighting Illini are fighting today.
Karen Howell right now.
Starts with their first pass. Front tuck step out through to a double back. Just a little low. She takes a step forward. She goes from happy Britney Spears to creepy Britney Spears, but it works for her.
And you're telling me the coach picks the music. It's up to her.
No, they have a say in what they want, but Natalie will be like, you know, I think you would look good, really good with this. Like, how about you know, look for music that's this certain type.
Okay.
Kind of thing. So she'll give suggestions, but then she choreographs it to what looks good on you. But for the most part, they choose their own music, just not their dance. She has another 2-pass routine. Just one more pass. She has a double pike left. Ooh, hands a little locked-legged, it looked like. So she took a little shuffle back. She looks like she's happy with that one.
It's all smiles for her, and the crowd liked it too. The crowd gave her a little standing ovation.
Next up from Central Michigan IB, Danielle Pender.
Over to beam for CMU. You have Danelle Pedrick.
On CMU's last beam, it was a 9.3. So that will get replaced, probably.
You hope it would.
Yeah.
Little wobble there on our series. They're just giving away tenths here, which they really can't afford to do right now. It's a really solid front aerial. Goes for a dismount. Round off double full. Tiny hop back. That was a good routine for CMU, I definitely think. But they're giving these tenths away, and they can't do that right now. But over to floor, we have Araya Simons. She's a freshman.
This is Illinois' last event that counts for the day.
This was actually my routine for a quick second when I was on the team, so it's kind of funny to see her doing it. It's definitely different from the way I was doing it, though. She does it much better. One and a half front layout. Well done.
It's fun for the crowd, too, this upbeat music.
Yeah, right. You don't, you know.
Like some opera music or something, I don't think it would click.
No, I don't think so. And some girls do have really slow music, and truthfully, it's boring to watch.
Yeah.
But this is entertaining. Gearing up for her last pass. Go back, huge. Really well done. That was a nice routine for Araya. I think the Illini will be very happy with that finish. And they might have an exhibition up on floor.
We're not sure if there's an exhibition, but right now we'll read off some scores. On the beam, Central Michigan finished with 48.475. Below Illinois, who was 48.925. So right now, Illinois is in line for the victory with 196 around to 195 something. Good day by Illinois.
Yeah, I definitely think that, you know, they need a little bit more work to do on vault. But it was very uncharacteristic what I saw today. I've never seen the Illini mess up that much on vault. So I think that'll be a very easy fix going into postseason.
You know, if you watch college basketball or college football, you know, there's MAC schools and there's Big Ten schools. Like the Big Ten teams expected to win 49-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In gymnastics, is there a lot more parity?
You know, I'm not exactly sure. I think that like the SEC teams are really good, and they have a big fan base. They have a ton of people behind them, and there's, you know, more money that goes into their programs, which is the same in any sports team. The more money you have in a program, the better usually your recruits or this and that are. And
weather helps too.
Weather helps too. You know, right? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, but there's a lot of. That was an interesting dismount. That was a side summy to a layout, which was pretty cool. And I believe that the Illini are done, and CMU is done.
Looking at the replay right there, finishing off. Pretty good landing.
Yeah, she looks very happy. She looks very happy about it.
Right now, Illinois is getting talked to by their head coach right now. And I feel like she might be proud of this performance.
Yeah, honestly, they ended up pulling themselves together after vault, and that was really great. We're just waiting on the final total scores for both teams.
The final official scores.
The final official scores. It looks like Illinois went 196.225, and CMU went 195.5. So the Illini will take the win tonight.
They did score lower than their last event in the Big Five meet, and they did score lower than their Michigan State. No, they actually scored higher than Michigan State. So
yeah, I think that they will be happy with this performance today.
No, you said before if you can get to 196, that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. For this team right now, getting to 196 is great. So I can't wait to see what they look like during postseason. Both teams were great today. And thank you very, very much for watching BTM Plus.
That will wrap it up here in Huff Hall. Illinois walks away with a victory over the Chippewas of Central Michigan. Next up for Illinois, at Kentucky, at Oregon State. Then postseason play begins with the Big Ten Championship. Thank you so much for watching. This is Carson Gordy along with Rachel Donovan. Have a great night.